Good afternoon, everybody. We're down here in Portland, Oregon. I'm about to fly out here shortly. We'll give everybody a moment here to start getting on here before we give our court update of what happened here in Portland today. So we'll give everybody a few minutes to start coming on. How you doing there, Eric Miller? Hello, brother. We had kind of a busy morning this morning. We had a packed courtroom. We had, hey Justin, how you doing? We started out this morning with Marcus Mumford, attorney for Ammon Bundy. It was the first court hearing we had this morning. Had a packed courtroom, a lot of lawyers that came from around the state anyway to support Mumford, and so that was great. We had I didn't even actually personally get in the courtroom because there was too many people to get in there, and so they had several other people in there that some updates that we can give here. I've got also Shawna Cox here with me.
Hi everybody.
So
Good to see you.
She's going to help me here with the update because she was in the courtroom when Mumford was in there, and after Mumford's hearing in the same courtroom, they switched around judges, and Judge Anna Brown came in and proceeded with the court case for the other 7 defendants. We had Daryl Thorne came today, Jason Patrick, and Dwayne Emmer were the 3 defendants that showed up today. The others, it was a little bit hard for them to come, so financial and stuff, so they did not make it, but their lawyers were all there. So so we'll start out with Mumford here, and I'll have Shawna help with some of the update with what went on there, because they pretty much just read Mumford his charges a day, told him what they were doing. I'm understanding that the prosecution's not for sure of the charges yet, if they're going to keep those charges, so they may drop those charges and change the charges on Mumford and recharge him. And they're even arguing about the court date. The judge, that's a man judge from Washington, a federal judge. What I'm understanding, he seemed like a pretty fair judge. He's making the prosecution stick with what they're doing. He's trying to force them to keep a estimated court date of April for Mumford if the charges are not dropped. And but I'm gonna let Shawna here tell you what she can about Mumford, and we'll continue on with the other defendants.
Yes, thanks, John. John Cahoon was the judge that was hearing the case, and he did seem pretty fair. Mumford was charged with disorderly conduct and failure to comply with federal officers. They also, that their new hearing will be set for April the 17th. So any of you that can show up or support would be awesome. And yes, I think the maximum on these charges was 60 days and $5,000 fine each. So, but the prosecutor had not quite decided if that was the charges they were going to use or if they're going to use something different. Judge was giving him a random short period of time to make that decision quickly, and that there will be a hearing, and that was going to be set for April the 17th for sure.
So what did you think about the judge? Did you think he was pretty fair? He was like, told Mumford, what I understand, he told Mumford that he had a right to remain silent. He didn't have to say nothing.
Yeah, he gave him his Miranda rights right there in the courtroom.
Yeah. So gave him a little bit of more leeway that I've seen Judge Brown do. Judge Brown acts like they're just guilty right away.
Oh, absolutely.
But this judge was seeming a little more fair, what I understood.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you, and I think that he kind of gone after the prosecution for not being better prepared. So we'll see how that shakes down, and it doesn't look good to have an attorney being attacked.
No.
This made history.
That's
for
right.
Mumford.
So
from doing the right thing, he was defending his client there.
Yes. So that was a little bit of what went on with Mumford. With the other 7 defendants, the judge is still pushing for the February 14th trial. The prosecution, they would like to put it off, but and make the case last a little longer, but the judge is not allowing that, and they're going to go ahead and and with this February 14th court date, and they are, one thing that caught my attention the day the judge brought it up, and she does not want these additional charges to have the right for the jury trial. She asked the prosecution what was their thought on that, and it seemed like the judge was leading up the prosecution to make up a decision on this, and she said that she didn't think that the extra charges that they're charging the guys with, they have a right to a jury. That they were going. She said that the additional charges were misdemeanor federal charges, and they do not have a right to a jury trial, and that what they would do with these additional charges at this time, unless things were filed or brought up to her, unless they insisted on this, demanded their rights on this, that she wasn't planning on giving them a jury trial on the additional charges. She was going to proceed with this jury trial with the main charges, and as soon as the jury came back with their verdict, which whatever it is here in February, that she would continue with the charges and keep trying them on the rest of the charges after the verdict, and she would be making the decision as the judge on what they would get in her decision on all the misdemeanor charges. These misdemeanor charges do carry jail time and fine. The way I understand the Constitution and talking to other attorneys today, that you have the constitutional right to a jury of anything over $20. It doesn't matter if it's a speeding ticket, you have a right to a jury trial. So I don't understand where they're coming up with this and what they're trying to play games with, but they're trying to keep the additional charges, and then they're trying to take these additional charges and have a separate court procedure, court hearings for these. So got someone trying to call me at the same time there. Sorry about that. So anyway, our next court hearing is going to be on January
20th. Will be arraignment and the oral arguments for these men.
And that's January 20th, and then the next one will be February 14th to start the jury trial, and I'll be down there in Portland. I know a lot of other people are going to be there. Can you think of anything else for this?
Just remember that January 20th is also the inauguration day, so it's going to be crazy in Portland. So everybody be cautious and careful. There's a lot of protesting going on that day.
There definitely is. So it's kind of seems like a bad, poor timing for having a court date on that day, but that's what they've got set, and we'll be there, and we'll also be back on February 14th. Now, I'll be in Nevada tomorrow. We have some meetings out in Pahrump, Nevada, for anybody that is anywhere near there, wants to be there with me. We're having a meeting at the Pahrump, Nevada at the public library, and that will start at 1:30. Shawna Cox will be there speaking. We'll have Roger Roots, the attorney that's working for Ryan Bundy. He'll be there. We have a couple other speakers. What's the other lady's name that's going to be speaking there on land rights? I can't think of her name, but there's another lady going to be speaking there, and I'll be speaking also.
Patricia
Aiken. She'll be speaking there on range rights and land rights.
I think that's all, because we only have till 4:30.
So,
and Angus McIntosh will be there.
So we'll have live streams the next about 4 days here. Saturday I'll have some live streams going. Sunday we'll have some live streams. I'm also going to be going out to the Bundy Ranch while I'm there. We'll meet up with Skipper, and we'll talk some more about some of these other problems that are going on with the monument, turning the Bundy Ranch into a monument. So the next 4 days are going to be pretty busy. Anyone who can join us out there at the library for the meeting, that'd be great. We're going to do some jail visits, and just keep you updated the next few days with everything we can information we can get you. So thanks again for joining us.